Hi, I'm Roberts, Rich Roberts, whatever. I made a video earlier today about the food distribution that was on my way out to see the president. So now I just want to tell people about what happened with the meeting with the president today. A small group that I was a part of met with him at Bedminster at his golf course, golf club, and we met with him for about 45 minutes to an hour. It's hard to know for sure because the Secret Service took our phones away. So I don't wear a watch, but I think it was about 45 minutes or an hour. A wide-ranging discussion. There were 19 of us, and we were in a table set up to make a rectangular formation. Here was President Trump, and I was directly across from him over one seat, and then it went out from there. There were a wide range of topics. Well, first of all, I just want to tell you something that's interesting. The security, just to get to be that close to the president, I had to be COVID-19 tested. Everyone did who was going to be that close to the president. But even before that, our cars get checked by bomb sniffing dogs, and I don't know what they did, but I drive a Tesla, which is an electric car that's computer run. And after the Secret Service gave me back my car, the computer didn't work. It was going like haywire. I've never seen it do this before. And I had to restart the computer in the car 3 times before I could get it to turn on properly and for the air conditioning to work again. So I don't know what the Secret Service does, but they're very, very thorough. It's all necessary. So and then I waited for the COVID-19 test, as everyone else did, before we could go inside. The topics were wide-ranging. Regarding China, the president is a tremendous leader, and he's now really on a path towards decoupling with China. In other words, decoupling our economy with China's. What happened was the original idea of opening up trade with China and integrating commercially and hopefully socially with China would lead to an increase in the standard of living, and then Chinese people would be able to, not only as they progressed economically, but be able to start to get additional information and eventually want freedom. But that's not what's happened, and China has really become our most grave enemy at this point, and they really are quite predatory. So he's heading towards economic decoupling with China. With Iran, he said that we have economically strangled Iran, and that's resulted in a tremendous decrease in terrorism because Iran, quite frankly, can't afford to fund all the terrorist groups they used to. With illegal immigration, since we now have Mexican soldiers guarding the border to stop people from even getting to it, he said illegal immigration has dropped dramatically, absolutely dramatically. Some very interesting things. He talked about his strategy in the debate early on, then later. I don't know if he wanted us to reveal that or not, so I'm just going to let that one go. There were so many other topics we went through. I told him how the New York Times had interviewed me about 6 weeks ago, and they wanted to know if top Republican donors were abandoning the president and just trying to preserve the Republican majority in the Senate. I told the New York Times, absolutely not. And I said, I think Trump is going to win by a landslide victory, to which the reporter said, well, you're the only one saying that. So don't look for that to be published because, the Times is not going to publish an opinion like that they don't like, that doesn't agree with their political orientation. But I told that to the president today, that's what my response was to the Times. There were so many other topics. Just locally, I talked to them about Jackson, New Jersey, and I expressed to the president our deep gratitude for the Department of Justice initiating its litigation against Jackson for religious discrimination. The president said that he likes that. He's very much against discrimination of any type whatsoever. See, there are so many other things. He talked about, his hand. Oh, regarding the coronavirus, he said. Now it's very interesting because I heard from a political operative going back about 3 months ago that there were stirrings in Washington D.C., that the CDC and other government health authorities are actually politically working to slow things up to hurt the president. The president said today that that is what's going on, that the approval for the vaccines has been slowed down because of political reasons of people wanting to hurt him. And he said, you look for 4 or 5 vaccine approvals within the next 4 to 5 weeks. And I can tell you, as my having been a president and chief executive officer in the pharmaceutical industry for 24 years, for every single drug that FDA approves, FDA does a risk-benefit analysis. For example, FDA will approve for emergency use or compassionate use or regular straight-out approvals that are fast-tracked, very bad, very toxic drugs to treat end-stage cancers. So these are people that might only have a few weeks to live, and FDA will approve very dangerous drugs that might extend these people's lives for another 6 weeks. So FDA is always doing a risk benefit. What's the benefit of this approval and what's the risk? With us losing about 1,000 people every day, you wait a month, another 30,000 people die. The risks to rushing forward with any vaccine to get approved at this time are minuscule, and the benefits from it are astounding. So it really does speak of some other motivation as to why these vaccines are not being rushed forward to approval. Phase 3 studies are done, but the phase 3 studies are also monitored by independent companies along the way. And if there's a very strong signal showing that it works and is safe, then they can shortcut or short circuit that process and get it on the market. So it does look like what the president is saying is, once again, true, correct. The president said regarding the Middle East that there are many more countries that are getting ready to make peace, to open up full diplomatic recognition and relations with Israel. And he said a huge one, which I think is Saudi Arabia, but he wouldn't say the words. He said is coming very, very soon. Very, very soon. He said, like, really soon. There was one other, another sort of bomb. He said there's a bombshell coming very soon about documents from the government about the improper use of law enforcement and the power of the presidency under President Obama to conspire to block President Trump, try to stop him from getting elected, and then trying to undermine him thereafter. He didn't say exactly President Obama, but he was hinting that it's coming from that administration and the powerful law enforcement agencies, and that there's going to be a major release of documents that's happening also very soon. Lastly, he said that the most recent economic data shows that the economy is booming, and that data will come out publicly once it's been reconciled. The final release will be on November 1st. So I found the president to be in top spirits, full of fight and energy. He has tremendous command. I was surprised by his command of a whole lot of topics. He feels a lot of compassion for people. He's very concerned about the safety of the citizens with the riots that have been going on. And he really is looking forward to another 4 years of protecting the country. Thank you.